This is the Roulette Master, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe by hitting the red subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Also ring that bell for notifications because I have new content releasing every single day of the week at 9 a.m. Today's system was sent in by one of my subscribers, Diamond, and this one's called the Net of Fire. And I've seen some comments about it already from some people, but I'm looking forward to seeing what the rest of you think after I demonstrate this method, and please leave it down in the comments. So the last number that was spun was a 5, so we're going to spin with just that number. Okay, we lost, so now we're going to put the new number up, and now we'll have a 1 and a 25. And you do this until you either win or you have 7 numbers. Alright, we got a win early. That was good. So if that happens, you do start over. So now we have a 5 again. And we're up $33. Okay, so now we leave the 5 up there and we add the 9 and spin. Okay, we lost that one, so we put them back up there and then add the 33. And again, we're going to do this until we have 7 numbers up there. Okay, so now we'll add the 27. And now we have 4 numbers up there. Okay, now we'll add the 16. Okay, now we'll add the 6. So if you count them now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. So we've got one more to go here. Okay, so now we have 7 numbers. We're going to add the 30, and there's our 7 numbers. And we're going to spin until we hit one of those 7 numbers. We're not going to add any more. Okay, we did hit that one. So when you do hit, you want to look and see, anytime you hit, you want to look and see if you're at an all-time high. And if you are, you want to start over. But we're not, so what we're going to do is we're going to change, once you have the 7 numbers up there and you hit one, you're going to change the last one that hit that had already had the 1 on it to 3. And the progression on that's going to is, if it keeps getting hit, the same number goes up from 3 to 7 to 15 to 31 to 63 or to 127 if needed. But I'll go over that shortly, and let's keep spinning. Now anything else that I hit is also going to go to 3 unless I'm at an all-time high. If I'm at an all-time high, then I start back over. So just keep hitting rebet. There's our 7 numbers. And of course, we still have the $3 bet on the 33. Okay, so we just rebet. Don't change anything. I'll show the balance here again. Alright, and we hit it. So now we are at an all-time high. So we start back over again. Now we're up 122. So let's leave 1 on the 33 there. And then we go ahead and spin. But I'm going to play for a while because I want to show you what you do when you don't get those. Because every number that you hit, once you're at 7, if you're not at an all-time high, and that's why we need to remember where we were. We were at 122. You have to remember that because if you're not there, then you keep going in the progression. And I'll write that on the screen for you, or somewhere you can see it, so that you don't have to think too much. Okay, it really is a pretty simple system though. So we have the 33 and now the 9. And then again, like before, we're going to go until we have 7 numbers, or we win first. And anytime you win, you have to see what your last high amount won was. So now we add the 6. Now we have 3 numbers up there. Okay, now we're going to add the 8. Now we have 4 numbers up there. And that's what pays off in this game, is when you get back-to-back numbers like that, because with that hit, we're now up to 148, and we start back over. So we put a 1 on the 8 there. Okay, now we add the 16. Up 147. Let's get 7 numbers up there again so I can show you that progression again. Okay, now we're going to add the 32 and spin. Okay, now we're going to add the 14. Okay, now let's add the 11. Let's see how many we have. We're at 5 now. And again, we have to get 7 before we stop putting those on. Okay, so now we add the 28. Now we have 6 numbers, so let's get 1 more up there. Okay, now we have 7 numbers, so we're not going to add any more. Now once we put the 21 up there, now we're just going to spin until something hits. And remember, we were at 122, I believe was our high. Let me check that. Okay, now we're at 156. I was hoping we went longer without losing there, but let's imagine now that we just won that one and we're not at an all-time high, because I want everyone to understand this. If we had hit that and we're not at an all-time high, then we switch the one that just hit to $3. The other ones stay at 1. Okay, and then you just keep spinning. You don't change anything. You leave that one at $3. Okay, so on that one, we still lost, so we just keep rebetting. Once we hit 1, we're going to increase it to 3 as well. Or if we hit the one that's at 3, it'll go to 7, unless we're at an all-time high. So the all-time high is key. So basically any of the ones that are at 1 will go to 3 if you hit it again. Okay, so let's say we're not at an all-time high. We would change the 8 to 3. Leave all the rest at 1. So now we have 3 on 8 and 3 on 21. And spin. Also, again, very important to remember where your last high point is. Okay, we hit the 28 there. So let's again assume we're not at an all-time high because I want to show you through the progression here. Say you have a bad session. So now we would change the 28 to 3. And again, the only ones that change are the ones that you hit. And then if you hit one that is already at 3 and you're not at an all-time high, then you change it to 7. And then if you hit that 7 and you're not at an all-time high, you change it to 15, and then 31, and then 63, and then 127. And that's the progression. But again, only if you have not reached, if you're not at an all-time high. So I'm just doing this where we keep spinning because I want to show you what the progression looks like. So again, we still have $3 on the 8 and the 21, and then the 28, the 21, and the 8. Okay, so we just keep spinning. Okay, so just keep spinning. Forgot to put the bets up on that one. Let's keep going though. Okay, and we hit one there. So if we weren't at an all-time high, which actually we're not now, because we had gone higher than that. But again, I'm just trying to take you through the progression. Let's go ahead and put the bets back up. And then the one we hit that was the 16 now goes to $3. So now we have the 8, the 16, the 21, and the 28 that are all at $3. And again, if one of those hits that are at 3 and we're not at an all-time high, then those go to 7. So that's something you always have to remember is when you're actually playing it. Again, I'm just doing it this way because I want you to see the progression. So we'll just keep on spinning. Okay, let's keep on spinning. And again, that progression that goes up is 3, 7, 15, 31, 63, 127. But the odds are most of the time you're eventually going to get back into session profit or an all-time high before you would have to get that high. Okay, so we'll just keep spinning. Only up 105 now. So remember, we were getting close to $200 at one point. Okay, we're just going to keep spinning. We're up 90 now. Okay, let's just keep spinning. We're only up 75 now. So this will give you an idea of what it's like when you go on a bad streak with this and how this progression catches you back up. Okay, we're only up 60 now. We're just going to keep betting. $34. No, keep betting. And we're only up $45 now, but we need to remember we were up almost 190 at one point, 180 something. Okay, now we're only up $30. And let's rebet. Okay, so now we're only up $15. So you can see what can happen if you go on a long drought here. And let's see how this progression keeps us in check here. Okay, we finally hit one. So what did we hit? number one, we're not in session profit or an all-time high. So we hit one that already was on $3. So guess what? That one goes to 7. So that was the 16. So that's all we change. And like I said, if you were in session profit or an all-time high, you would go back and start the whole thing back over again. But we're not, so we increase that one, and then we just start spinning again. Okay. Only up 89 now. Remember where we were at almost 190. Okay, we got a win there on the 11th, so we're not at an all-time high or session profit, so that one goes to 3. And we're at 106 now, up 106. Okay, we lost, so we're up 85. Okay, we're only up 64 now. Okay, and now we're up 79, and we have to change that one. We're not in session profit, so we have to change that one to 3. And then we start spinning again. Okay, I think we hit a big one there. And now we're up 308, and that's what we're waiting for with this system. We hit the one that was at one of the ones that was at $7, which was that 16. You can see down below where the 16 had hit again about 8 or 9 numbers ago. And let's put those back out so you can see. So that 16 had $7. There were 2 numbers that had 7, and then 4 that had 3, and then looked like there's about only one or two, one actually that still had $1 on it. But that's how the net of fire works. And then when you get up like that, it's probably a good idea to cash out. But again, this in the simulation today, there were a lot of times where we should have went back to the start, but I didn't because I want to show you the progression. And again, it just keeps until you get in session earnings or all-time high. You keep going through that progression each time one number hits again, and it goes 3, 7, 15, 31, 63, 127 until you hit. And then once you're in a session profit or all-time high, you go back to a single number with $1 and start the whole thing over again. So it's a pretty fun system to play. Thanks for sending this one in, Diamond. But I'm looking forward to what everyone else thinks, and look forward to the comments, and or if there's any modifications. And if you guys have a system that you're using that you'd like to share, please send it in. That's the best part for me. Seeing new systems come in every day, that's the exciting part, and I love sharing them with you guys. So please send those in if you have some. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please hit the red subscribe button in the lower right hand corner. Also ring that bell for notifications, because then you'll get notified every time I have a new video, which is every single day. And this is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, guys.